Hello and welcome. It's a beautiful Saturday evening. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Vandana Teji, your host for the evening. Being a girl is a topic which is close to the heart of girl, young or adult. They say there is a little girl in all of us, and this regardless of her age. On the occasion of International Day for Girl Child, which was recently celebrated, we are organizing this panel discussion, which will focus on the topic of what it is exactly to being a girl. We'll highlight the stories of differential treatment, which these global leaders who are going to join us today would discuss. They have faced it, and they were born as girl child, and how these experiences have shaped and impacted their behavior. They will also, through this discussion, let every girl sitting in this forum, let them know that, even if you have faced differential behavior, which has left them with feeling helpless or lonely at some time, we want to share these stories of how our global leaders have gone against all odds and prejudices of the society and have successfully achieved their dreams. With this, I begin the event. We would like the Unicorn People, your new age HR partner. We are an HR consulting company and we provide end-to-end HR solutions for organizations of all sizes. We provide talent acquisition, employee engagement, compliances, learning and development advisory, and talent management. We would like to thank our partners for their support in organizing this panel discussion today. Our community partner, HR Association of India, is a community body established to enable community members to explore, discuss, and understand the current scenarios. Wiki Maharashtra Training and Development Council, council to empower women across Maharashtra and establish a culture of continuous learning and development for women by women. Women Power, global movement which is built on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, SDG number 5, that is focusing on gender equality and women empowerment. Empowerment partner, India Intimate Fashion Week, the largest showcase for intimate fashion in the country and one of the biggest supporters of women empowerment that stands by each girl and woman to voice their opinions. Their movement, hashtag Boo the Taboo, initiated dialogues around body positivity. Sustainability partner, Green Hearts Dignity, an association of professionals committed to work towards the attainment of UN 17 SDGs. Knowledge partner, Right to Rise, enable organizations to provide a safe working environment free from sexual harassment. Global Talent Company, HR Association, HR Solutions Organizations by DK Bakshi. They work out of Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, India, and Canada. They are doing extensive work in the field of women empowerment. Unfortunately, Dr. Art Franca Colozzo would not be joining us today. However, she has sent us a message to share with all of you, which we will be displaying in some time. Introducing our panel members, Ms. Monalisa Sahoo, who has over 2 decades of industry experience and is the Chief Marketing and Communication Officer at Sterlite Power. She is a graduate from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani, and has pursued an accelerated development program at the Wharton School. She has worked with organizations like Lucent Technologies, Interglobe Technologies, Spice Corp, Converse Network Systems, and Modicare. Her expertise lies in corporate brand and reputation management, thought leadership, digital marketing, and stakeholder communication. She has been recognized in IAMAI Super 30 CMO Honor Roll for 2019 and Digital Marketing Leader by UBS Forums in 2018. Welcome, Monalisa.
Thank
Miss
you.
Ms. Nasiba Aktar. Nasiba has over 15 years of research experience in the field of gender roles in the agricultural and non-agricultural sectors and is currently working as an adaptive livelihood expert with UNDP. She's also pursuing her PhD at Bangladesh Agricultural University. She is one of the conveners of Bangladesh Agricultural Economist Forum, Career Development Network for Agricultural Economists. She specializes in the field of sustainable development goals, gender livelihood, agricultural economics, rural sociology, and climate change. She has extensively worked in the field of women empowerment in Bangladesh and is passionate about teaching and training. Welcome, Nasiba.
Thank you. Thank you, Vandana.
Ms. Ruqya Khan is the founder of a Smile Strategist at Smiletastic. She's a certified life coach from the International Coaching Federation and a TEDx speaker, a master practitioner of NLP, hypnosis, and timeline therapy. She is a wordsmith and an internationally honored change maker. She is the author of Breakthrough, Secrets of Growth, Happiness, and Bounce Backs from Women Around the World. Her mission is to enable stress-free relationships and effective communications. She is closely associated with NAMA Women Advancement Establishment, Badiri Social Entrepreneurship Program, and Sharjah Business Women Council. She has coached students and educationals at the International Youth Leadership and Innovation Forum. She has been recently featured in Gulf News. It's as recent as this week, guys, for completing 443 hours of coaching within a record time of 6 months. She made the best of the COVID situation. Welcome, Ruqya. The session will be moderated by Ms. Raina Khatri Tandon. Raina is the founder of Right to Rise and RKT Foundation. She is a human rights social founder and Harvard X and a POXO specialist. She is the chapter chairperson of Global Women Empower Economic Forum and All Ladies League chapter. She is also the president of Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce, Wiki Maharashtra Training and Development Council. She has been a two-time TEDx Gateway speaker and has been working extensively in the field of justice for women and children. Her work has been covered and appreciated by leading media forums such as Times of India. She has been awarded Rex Karimveer Award by United Nations, Best Startup Women in Business by World HRD Congress, Young EY Entrepreneur Award, Nari Shakti Award, Global Dignitary Award, and Aesthetic National Women Progressive Award, and many more. Welcome, welcome, Raina. With this overwhelming introduction for all our speakers, we have a surprise video from a girl, a person who is recognized globally for shattering the glass ceiling and proving to the world that girls are powerful. All that is required is for parents to give them an equal opportunity to learn and grow, just like any boy child. She is known for her valor as the first and the highest woman ranking officer of Indian Police Services and a social activist. We have grown up reading about her. Any guesses? We have Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am on the screen. Yes, we have grown up reading about her, and Honorable Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am has sent us a special message, which we will be playing right away.
girl child. Without the girl, there is no smile. There's no beauty. There's no love. There's no joy. So thank you. That's why it's the girl child today. With the boys. But the girl child is to make the girl realize the value, extra value which she adds. Lakshmi, Durga. Yes? Lakshmi, Durga. All of you smile. Okay. Say, it's a girl child day. It's a girl child day. And I am a girl. It's a girl child day. It's a girl child day. And I'm a girl. I'm a happy girl. I'm a healthy girl. I'm a strong girl. I'm a courageous girl. So it's a girl child day. And I'm proud to be a girl. I'm happy to be a girl. Good. Now all of you clap.
Wow, that was such an overwhelming video. I hope you all liked it because I totally loved it. I was already clapping like a happy girl. And I would now request Mr. D.K. Bakshi to, I would like to especially thank Mr. D.K. Bakshi for making this possible for us to have a video clip from Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am. It is only due to his help that we got this video. So over to you.
First of all, I must congratulate Vandana, the victorious girl, and Rashi, the real girl, for putting up this wonderful theme, being a girl, my voice, our equal future. That too on a day which is known as today Rashtriya Ekta Divas, National Integration Day. We proud Indians believe in one world, one family, one love, one human being, irrespective of caste, creed, gender, nationality, and religion. India is today around the world ensuring that people can think about what has been talked 100 years back. One world, one love, one family. Having said that, today what you have put up, Vandana and Rashi, I'm proud of you. I love both of you because you are really devoted and dedicated. And you got some wonderful women to be part of this team today. Monalisa Sahoo, the motivation. Mona is motivation. Such a profound background, such an impressive background. And you got Ruqya Khan, the richness of the world. R is Ruqya, the richness of the world. And you got Nasiba Aktar. Nasiba is natural, nurtured Nasiba. And to host all this, you got the most beautiful, rocking Raina Khatri Tandon. On behalf of Global Talent Company and on behalf of Women Power, hashtag Women Power, a global movement, 100,000 women to be on this platform by 21 and 1 million by 2024. I am a mad man. I've been told I am mad, and I am mad. And I will ensure this is done. And I would request all of you to support it. Get into this thing. See what is behind me. Women power. My role in life is now to help these women to be really great in life. Gender equality, women empowerment. We lost a very good supporter just 4 days back, Dr. Kamal Singh, my great friend last 30 years, And he was a supporter of my women power. By December, we had to have their logo with us. I still have some more women, United Nations around the world where I do work with Afghan women. I do work with UN Women, USAID, UNICEF, UNECA Africa. They will be part of this. This is SDG, as rightly said by Vandana, goal number 5. Please join this movement. Please be there. And please note, hashtag women power. The first women power is Dr. Kiran Bedi, my mentor, my guru. I have learned a lot from her. I wish this motivation, richness, natural, and rocking team all the best. Good luck. Unfortunately, I have to go. I would have not gone, but I have program already lined up. The Saturday evening, Women Power. Good luck. All the best. All of you are going to be rocking with Rocking Raina. My best wishes and all the best and good luck. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Bakshi. That was such a motivating piece. And yes, as you have correctly said, uh, Dr. Kiran Bedi is a source for inspiration for each and every girl. I don't think it is limited to this country. It is a global thing. She has gone across, I think beyond the call of duty to make sure all the whatever we can, the respect that we can give is less to her, because she toils every day to make that happen selflessly.
I would like to add this women power right now is in 20 countries around the world, 20 chapters. India also, we have a strong chapter, and India, we have already got New Noida chapter, Delhi chapter, Mumbai chapter, Bangalore chapter. And because
Wonderful.
India is 1.3 billion people, how big
Yeah.
India is. So,
Yes, yes.
but 20 countries. So even Nasiba is getting into our Bangladesh chapter. And
Wonderful,
I would
wonderful.
one day talk to Ruqya Khan. Thank you very much and all the best. Bye-bye. I have to go.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good luck. Good luck.
Bye. In the interest of time, we are moving ahead. Sorry for that. As promised earlier, Dr. Franca couldn't make it today because of her personal exigencies. However, we have a beautiful message in her voice for everybody.
Novelist, poet, retired teacher of art history, and above all as a peace fighter for equal opportunities of race, gender, religion. I affirm that I have always fought for women's rights, gender equality, and education for all men and women. Today these latest acquired rights seem obvious. In the past they were struggles. Now that I have educated my 2 daughters to freedom, I can say that I have done my duty as a woman and mother. When I was a young woman, I always believed that female education was the only way to redeem women, and I have always tried my hand at studying with determination. But above all, passion, to the point that my last master was precisely on the lifelong learning system. My motto is to never give up, to fight for your ideas even when they are in conflict with others, to favor an equal relationship with men, to live a healthy and balanced relationship with the environment that I respect very much, to the point that I became a blogger, long-term economy journal. Study and perseverance, combined with a balanced and peaceful coexistence with our fellow men, are the fulcrum of the human well-being, of which we women, who give off maternal love par excellence, are the messengers of a better future after the coronavirus pandemic. The emergency at work requires us to take this opportunity to cultivate new ideas aimed at a future that is more solidarity with others. I end here with the word peace, the fulcrum of all my current activity as a peace and humanitarian ambassador of the Institute of Peace and Development, INSPAD, CEO of its sister International Harmony Council, IHC, and Global Goodwill Ambassadors Director, Italy.
Thank you so much for playing the message, and thank you, Dr. Franca, for sending us a message. I hope you are safe and you take care of your daughters. So now, with that, I am handing over the forum to our moderator, Miss Raina Tandon. So, Raina, over to you.
Thank you very much, Vandana and Rashi. I think this is awesome. The energy is full on. Are you on, my ladies and my wonderful panelists? Yes, I see you
Yes,
all
of
with high
course.
five. And with all the energy Vandana, Rashi, and DK Singh Sir has shared, with the cherry on the top, Franca, and overall our own mentor, our own guide. I loved the video from Kiran Bedi, ma'am. Every time we see her, we get inspired more and more. I would just leave this with one thought to start off. When we do the best we can, we never know what life is. We know it's not life of one, it's the life of all the others that we wish to empower. And more often, a girl is one who forms the foundation of every house and every household, which makes one stone to turn and the world churns around. So, with that, I start our panel discussion. Welcome our wonderful panelists, Monalisa, Nasiba Aktar, and Ruqya Khan, the three powerful ladies who are here to give you all the wonderful introspects about what it means being a girl child. A simple term which we all go through every day in our life, but yet I can be anything and everything I want to be as a girl. A girl is all that it means, not a toy by any means. Underneath her hair and her makeup, there is a sign that still says, "Handle me with care." I can be strong, I can be boisterous, I can be courageous. By empowering a woman, we only empower a child, but by educating every world and by looking at her eye face to face, we know that we are making future possible and growing this into a strong, strong world to see. So, with this, I come up to the first question to each one of you, my wonderful panelists. We are going to go through three different sections of this theme. The Unicorn people welcome you yet another time on the wonderful theme of being a girl child. The first question is to our panelist, Mona Lisa. Please do discuss and share. What are your first thoughts when I say turn your stone to being a child, especially a girl child? What does come to your mind? Please share, ma'am.
Thank you, Raina. First of all, it's a very humbling experience to be here today with so many, great women. I'm just hypnotized reading about what they do. Feel very, very privileged that I'm here to talk about a topic which is very, very close to my heart, as it is to many of yours. To talk about feeling of being a girl child, I'm just sort of thinking back and reminiscing a childhood. I think it feels special, and special in the sense that the dichotomy of the world is probably very, very starkly evident to a girl, because in general, she is perceived to be weak when she is full of inner strength. She is told more than she is heard, and that too, she is told more about what she cannot do than what she can do. And so she sees limitations more than options. Yeah. And I think as we grow up, we see this dichotomy, and it's evident to us that we are girl, we are different. And I think for us, therefore, we grow up with many questions. Why not us? I think that's the story of many girls. Of course, there are few of us who are privileged, who live a very different life. But I think, speaking in general and seeing a sense of that as I was growing up, I would say we see a world that is not so equal. And I think there's an urge within us, how can we make it equal?
Great, awesome. So, with the same thoughts and line of action, we will come back to you with your story. So, hang on there. And next we have our esteemed judge and speaker for today. We have Nasiba, all the way from Bangladesh. So Nasiba, the question comes to you again. What would be your first thoughts when anybody comes and tells you what do you feel as a child or being a girl child? Do you see it as a positive aspect? Do you see it as a negative aspect? Like Mona Lisa already said, she sees that there is a differentiation. There is 100% a different look when we look at a boy and we look at a girl. What do you have to say on this? Is there your first thoughts on being a girl child?
Yes, thank you, Raina, for a nice question. And Mona Lisa, I'm 100% agree with you. As a being a child, I don't have any question, but a lots of steps over there we are passed away. As my experience, I faced a lots of discrimination between a girl child and a boy child. I had a brother, very close brother. I faced how discriminate we are. Every time he is privileged in same talent, in same prospect. Yes, why? Because he is boy. And I have a lots of barrier. You are not allowed to do that. You are not allowed to play in field. You are not allowed to move on. You are not allowed to join with your all cousins because you are girls. That types of discrimination we are facing over there. That's why I'm telling every time and every girls over there, in every phase, if a girl raped by someone, that is our society, that is our social norm, that is our family norms. By that rape, all girls collapse with their minds, collapse with their run. That's why they can move freedomly. That's a great discrimination, because the mind are closed with some barrier over there. That's why girls can protest, and that discrimination uh, bear the whole life, a girl whole life bear that discrimination part, which raped their free mind. That is reality. Actually, that is the cruel reality, and that is, I feel, that is a deep cause of our equity. I feel like that. Not equity means men and girls are different over there. I feel that main cause of this inequality, and that is our norms first.
Wonderful, Nasiba. I
Over to
really
you, Ryan.
resonate with your thoughts there. I think it's so true that you say this is the cruelty and this is the real reality of life today. Because unfortunately, even though we say we have equality, how much of equality still exists is what we are going to still see. With everything what's happening today, I totally resonate with you. So equality is just a word on
Yes.
books. But let's hear on
Yeah.
Ruqya. So the refreshing Ruqya, the question on you as well. How do you see this world? I understand you're into a lot of parenting. I understand you're also into coaching and NLP. You see the world and you see the life much more closer. I see thoughts, expressions which you also come across. And keeping the same lines as Mona said, we don't listen, but we talk, or we are left unheard. So, what are your first thoughts of just being a girl child?
Thank you for the question. Thank you, Raina, Mona, and Nasiba for your inputs. What I see when you ask me that question about what are my thoughts on being just a girl child, I am actually just a girl child because I'm a single child. I'm born in a family where I didn't have brothers or even sisters for that matter. So I bear the brunt of a mother who was very very conscious that she did not want to be told of as, oh, she has got a singular child, so she has spoiled her crazy. She was very authoritarian, very disciplined, and very confined that way. And a father who gave me the wings to fly. So even today, if you ask me, I say I am Papa ki beti, which is loosely translated as
Wonderful.
my daddy's daughter. So it's a beautiful balance where both these parents saw the world with different eyes, and I got the opportunity as a daughter to see things their way and then become a mother of my own kind. You know, so
True.
it to me, I feel a lot of our upbringing and understanding of the world comes from the culture or the space in which we are growing.
I come from a very protected family. I come from a family where girls speak politely, they are seldom heard. And guess what? I'm speaking to the world today. So it's what kind of cards are you dealt in life? And what are you going to do with them? Which ones are you going to hold on to as your way of thinking? And which ones are you going to let be the ones that you throw back on the table and say, I want another one? This is not for me. So I think as we grow, a lot depends on the exposure we have, the people we mix with, what we consume as content, and that definitely shapes us. So I think girls out there should be very conscious of what they're consuming as mindset, and how they're going to take themselves forward. I think that's very, very important moving forward.
Wonderful. I think that sounds just exactly what I was coming to as the next question. You've just given me the feed for thought. So, everything on childhood, that reminds me, I think when I was very young, it brings a lot of memories. Incidents from childhood being said, oh, don't go alone outside. It's 9 o'clock. Please take your bhaiya and your didi and your uncle or your papa. Being a girl is like being very unsafe. And ideally, you should be traveling with somebody after late wee hours of the evening. Most of the times, even being told what to be choosing, what not to be choosing. I think you and me are wearing blue today just to break the myth of perceptions that girls need to be in pink. But it's always said, or it's always carried on, pink is for girls, blue is for boys. I would like to bring this question back to Mona. You being from the organizational sector, Mona, and always seeing life as it comes, I'm sure you've been blessed with everything good in childhood, in terms of education, in terms of all what is coming down to the plate as a child. How do you get drawn with some life incident, one incident from your childhood that has impacted you as an adult? It could be something from your life or something that you've seen that children from outside are not getting my privileges as a child, which I have got. What are your behaviors and thoughts on that? All over to you, Mona.
Sure, Raina. So I think for that, I'll have to share a little bit about my childhood and how I grew up, and then we can relate to that maybe.
Please do.
But your question is very interesting, and I should not forget to answer that some incidents that I saw in childhood, how it actually also in some way is there in corporate boardrooms. So I'll talk about that incident as well. Again, we were four girls. We were a family of with progressive parents, and we were four girls. And my father decided to move back to the ancestral village when we were very, very small. I was 4 years old, probably. My and I'm the eldest in the family. My fourth sister was yet to be born. So we grew up in a village, and people who know India, and we are from the eastern part of the India. When you grow up in a village and it's just girls, it's not easy. So my mother would face all these questions, from the villages, from the family, that you don't have a son. It's like she's missing something, So and I think the only thing that worked for us is that. My mother would always tell us that we are going to make sure that you all are well educated, and one day you have to show this to the world, that a girl is no less, in fact a girl is better than a boy, and people should thank the stars that they have actually girls and not boys. And so we grew up like that, and I know that many other girls in the village, when I looked at them, they did face discrimination. And probably the only reason why we did not face that as much is because both my parents were educated. Both of them had very progressive mindset. Even the family was educated. So we did not face that just inside our home, but as you would look out to your best friend, her family, what's happening with her, you would see that day in and day out. And we talk about this funnel of girls from school to college to jobs, how it drops in dramatic ratios. I saw that happening. When I was to go to the primary school, there will be the first two rows where the girls will sit, rest will be the boys. That's what I mean.
usually 20%, sort of representation in school. You go to secondary, and then that would drop even more. There'd be like 3 or 4 of us in every class. And college, if because there wasn't one in the village for a long time, many girls did not even go to college. That was like the automatic stop for many of them. So I saw all this as I grew up. And one incident that I wanted to and the only thing I think that stayed with me after that, of course, my parents again moved back to the city only because of our education, because they wanted to make sure we get the best. And then, of course, life has taken us from somewhere to somewhere. But for this, I do thank my parents, because they were always like, our children will be well educated, independent, and they'll grow up with good values. And today, during some of my work, and I work for some very good companies, and I travel the world on work. And when I would be walking the streets of London or Dubai or San Francisco, I would often ask that, are you that same girl who grew up in that village, which did not even have a college, and you are here today in, come this far? And then I would ask myself, was it actually someone else? Did my friend from that village, could she have made that journey? What stopped that? And so this is what I would say, that I think uh, today we discuss about these issues, and it's good that we're discussing about these issues. In reality, people are facing a lot more than we can really imagine. And I think what I have learned very, very much is that if there was one thing which helped me in my journey, was my education, and was the fact that I had people who believed that a girl should not be stopped from pursuing her dreams. So I think that should go to others. Just one last thing, I'll end with that, Raina. The example that you said, though it did not happen within our homes, but I have seen even with my cousins, after people have their lunch or dinner, the girl is supposed to pick up the utensils, the plates, and etc., and go and help the mom in the kitchen or put it in the sink, and the brother will just eat and walk away. And we would always feel like, why the hell this happens? Why isn't my cousin brother picking up his own plate and taking it to the sink? And after years in the corporate boardroom, and many times you're like few women within a bunch of men, and that's exactly how the ratio is there in the corporate world as well. And there'll be some great meeting happening or tense meeting happening, and then people will say, I think we need a cup of coffee, or shall we order dinner today, because we are all going to sit here and work late. And nobody will say anything, but they will always look at the woman in the room as though she's responsible for making sure they all get something to eat, and she'll go and order coffee for them. But I was like, I mean, attempts I think about it, oh my God, it hasn't changed from home to corporate boardroom. It hasn't really changed. So yeah, just wanted to share these
Lovely.
experiences.
So, with two thoughts, what you shared, I would share one more thing. So, one thing what you said is that you're a proud daughter of a proud parents. I think with the same resonance, I came in today morning when my father told the same thing. I mean, I never understood that boys and girls are different, but today I stand proud as I was on the first day saying that I'm a proud father of two daughters, and one is me. And the second thing, I should applaud you that you are still standing in front of the whole world today and talking, in spite of being you've started your entire journey from a small village, but here you are across globes, traveling, studying, talking to people, and bringing a different perception to life. So kudos to you. And with the same carry forwards, Ruqya. So I just shared, yeah, we go back to Nasiba. I'm so sorry. So Nasiba, you come from Bangladesh. And I have known that there's one more myth that Asians carry, just like how Mona Lisa said, that the girl should be picking up the dishes, the girl should be cleaning up the plates, the girl is responsible for cleaning up the homes. And even if the men do something, then probably their mothers or the family come and say, oh, wow, you have your husband sharing the responsibilities. Oh, wow, your son works, so you've taught them good values. Oh, wow, so you've been a great mother. So, what do you have to say on any one incident that comes across your life? As much as Mona shared hers, one incident which you feel has maybe come across your childhood days in your life or others?
Uh, Thank you, Raina, once again. Really, I love the last word of Mona Lisa. I would like to add that it's actually what I told you. Like, it's our mental setup. And that comes from our family, our parents, our surroundings, and we are not used to do that. My husband do the works. Now maybe it's time changing over there. The family males parts, they are coming to work to each other, divide the workload over there. That's great, but not still it's not sufficient. But what is my experience? I want to share it. Actually, it touches me a lot, why I am here, how I am here. Yes, I come from a Mofussil city from Bangladesh, which called Singh. We had a big joint family. We had 9 uncles, 5 aunties over there. It's an area like that. We have 19 cousins, but only Nasiba is here. How? Why? And actually, we are 2 brothers and 2 sisters. My eldest sister, she is more talent than me, but she can't come here. I'm telling over there, she is not here in that position where she represent their parents. But one day, I heard that some of you know, religious person, he asked my father, your daughter is grown up. You are not allowed to talk. You are not allowed to chat with her. It hurts me. My elder sister, she was crying that time, and she actually she occupied herself for my parents, my father. But I don't. I protest that day. I screamed. I shouted, "No, you don't have any right to give up my father to me. There is no religious burden who divide the daughters from fathers." That is the one norms. Another things, I was little dark. I was not sweet. I was not pretty. But my sisters, they are very beautiful, very pretty. That's why every day I was accused. How my parents deal with my marriage, that makes me jealous. Jealous. What is I want to be? I want to prove myself. That's why I'm here. And when I protest, I ask, that is my right, father. You should ask me, whatever my age, whenever I have. That times my father realized, yes, I should privilege that girl. And that time he privileged in every way, in my education, in my extracurricular activities, in my everything. Where I want to go, I have to be. And my mother supports me a lot. That's why I'm here. For what? Because of my protest. From 19 cousins, only Nasiba is here. But I am telling you that all are similar talent to me, not I'm extraordinary something. That is the fact. That's why in that day, that is from my experience, I was actually, I got emotional because I know how much I faced and how much I have to protest. I screamed with my grandmother. I screamed with my mother. And 9 uncles, 9 aunties, because of myself to live, and my parents support me because I want this. They realize. That's why I asked, I requested every girl child, please come up with your rights. Then you can get it. Don't think that it's not me. You are here for your rights, and you have to say that is my right. That is my experience. And that is my request. And for that aspect, now I have to listen. I can read the face of the girls. And whenever I see any shade of any girl's face, whoever, whenever, whatever she is, I stop myself. I work with her and I try my best to help her, to give him the deal. Please wake up. This world is yours. Your smile is waiting, and this world is waiting for your smile. Without your smile, world is nothing. Thank you, Anna.
So we walk with a girl, we talk with a girl, we get her confidence back, and we give her a smile. And welcoming with the same talks of Nasiba, we go to Ruqya, the smilastic girl. The
Yeah.
rocking girl. So, Smilastic, Ruqya, with you, I would like to know, how do you think the incident from child? I have seen two children always talking with each other, and I have noticed that it's always they come across saying, "Oh, we have different toilets. Did you realize that at home we have the same? But when we go to school, we have different toilets. Why do we have that?" And when I ask my mom or my teacher, she goes and tells me, "Don't ask too many questions." Do you come across any incident from your childhood that has impacted you as an adult or a child, and seen any kind of these behaviors in parent child, or any kind of situations which have arisen of the similar?
Um, so I started baking when I was 12. And when you talk about incidences that have shaped me, I think the only person I can always go back to is my dad. Because subconsciously, he's shaped me the way I am.
Super.
I used to go for my classes on Tuesdays, and Thursdays we used to bake together. I used to bake the cake before he came back from home, from work. And in the evening, we would ice the cake. Nothing very dramatic here. But the fun part was Papa used to wash the dishes. He used to
So
wash
sweet.
all the utensils, the little, the syringe, the nozzles, and everything. And Ma would always say, "You're spoiling her." And he would say, "No." He'd help me fold up my clothes in my cupboard because my clothes would actually be like, I'll pull them out and I'll stuff them in. And one of the weekends we would sit and we'd fold my clothes. And again, she would say, "You're spoiling her." Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But what he taught me was it isn't just for me to do everything on my own. So now when I see my son being lazy or something like that, I know I can nudge him. I don't see that uneasiness to kind of encourage him to do something more. There is an example for him to look up to and say that, "Oh yeah, Ananu does it." So it's kind of important for us to have those that awareness that yes, this is the way things are going to be. This is the way a person can behave outside of the what do you call that, the way we have patented a person to behave. When you kind of push it outside the boundaries, you create this awareness that yes, to behave in a different way is also normal. So I think these have been my influences. And growing up, I didn't grow up in India. I grew up in Kuwait. So for me, my family was very nuclear. So in within my household was a different way of behavior. And then when we would go visit other families with more children and different ways of being and different rules, every family has their own set of rules. I would find it awkward sometimes that sisters are set apart, brothers work differently, uh, guys are the go-getters, girls are expected to be more mundane and demure and kind. So everything just was shaping me, and me being a more introvert at the time took to a lot of writing. I started writing poetry when I was in grade 9, and I think that helped shape the person that I am today. So all I can say is yes, instances, examples, experiences are different. However, they have shaped each and every one of us to be the person that we are. And for that, I'm sure we're all grateful. If Miss Nasiba hadn't had that experience with her family and her exposure, cultural exposure, she wouldn't be the person that she is, as she rightfully says. She's got so many cousins, yet it's only her here today, not even her own sisters. Mona Lisa's experience of sharing, where she talks about the things that went on for her as an eye opener, her colleagues calling up for coffee, that has definitely taught her to put her foot down. So my affair with words has taught me to be the wordsmith that I am. So each one of us has taken an awareness from life and put it to best use. And I think that's the power of being someone who's aware. Actually, I wouldn't even call it the power of being a girl. I think it's just the power of who you are on the inside, just being absolutely present and saying, okay, bring it on. Let's see what I can do with it. You have an odd puzzle, a piece that doesn't fit into this frame. Let's see what use I can make of it. And I think that's what each one of us has done with our respective lives. Well, that's what I've done at least.
I love that stupendous energy you three girls are bringing in. I think bring it on more. I'm in for more. Are you?
Yes,
Okay. So over to you, Mona. Now we're going to have an interesting thing. Ideally, I wanted to have a rapid fire of 3 words, what comes onto your mind. I'm going to give you a word, you give me 1 word back. Okay, so, but we won't do for 3 words. We'll see if we can do for 2 words each. Goes with the order of Mona, Nasiba, and Ruqya. So the first one to Mona. Easily influenced, submissive, passive. Who comes on the mind, girl or boy?
Well, we know. We know.
Okay, so ideally we know that it's always a feminine approach and most
True.
of it. What do you have to say on that? Very briefly, please. Yeah.
I think she's softly strong.
Perfect. Perfect word for what I was looking for. She's sensitive, caring, but yet very strong. Hitting hard if you really choose to touch her. Yes, the next one. Nasiba, over to you. Somebody dominant, active, bossy. Who can that be? Who comes to your mind?
My mother.
Okay. And is that in a positive frame or a negative frame? What do you really want to say on that?
Oh, it's positive. And also, I think I would like to see my my grandmother.
Super. Yes.
I don't have any male face in my mind over there.
Wonderful. So I see dominance. Great going, girls. Woman power. We are missing Mr. Bakshi here. We have more woman power here. The tougher it gets, not easy to hurt them. Okay, over to Ruqya. Emotional, stressful, not able to be a leader.
Emotional, stressful, not able to be a leader. I think it's the woman who decides to be a victim. I think because I think it's for you to decide who you want to be, right? So if someone has decided to be a victim and not own their power, that's when you're going to be emotional and stressful and not able to make a decision. It's when you take ownership of who you are is when you are able to rise above. This is how I see it. You're muted.
Wonderful. You are the queens here. I just loved it. So there were the 3 words which we really instilled and they were superbly going. Now for your last takeaway for our wonderful viewers. Give us your one takeaway, Mona. One suggestion for achieving gender equality today. Today is all about being a girl, yet powerful, yet subtle, yet beautiful, courageous, or any one of these terms. What it is to you to imbibe and incorporate being just a simple girl, yet powerful. Leave your last thoughts, please.
Yeah, Raina, because we have been suppressed for long, give me options to give 3 requests for what we can do for an equal world.
Yes,
gift of education, that's a must. I do believe it's a magic pill. Yeah, schools are there in every villages, and I find this quote from Malala very, very powerful. Yes. One girl, one book, one pen, one teacher can change the world. I truly believe. So gift of education, don't decide for them. They will decide themselves what they want to do or not want to do. And don't stop them from dreaming. Let them have their dream. Let them make it come true. These are the 3 things I would request that.
Superb. That was wonderful thoughts for the viewers to take away. The same thing over to you, Nasiba. What is that you would want to give away as one keynote, one gem to all our viewers?
Oh, sure. Actually, I want to request all of my viewers, society, whatever I want to tell over there. Like first one, wake up. Second, be strong. And third, be humble.
Superb. Wonderful.
That's up. And yes. I feel gender equality not Not gender means, male and female. If we can make a bridge or collaborate these two M and, M and F, then it should never come equality. That will maybe what you told me, it's feminism, but it's a war. I know the war of feminism over there. If we really want the equity, we have to make a bridge over there, and all we have to believe the three words: raise up, and that's express the humble. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you, Ruqya. What are your last thoughts for a powerful woman for bringing in more equality? Education is there, like Mona said. What is gender equality to you? Is it just one fight of the woman, or is it a human fight? How do you see the world change by 2030? Is there anything we can do to create history for just being a girl?
So I think the one thing that really strikes out for me is every experience is your opportunity to grow. So, and when I say grow, I mean an acronym actually. Just a moment. So, GROW is an acronym which stands for gratitude, resilience, ownership, and wonderment. So when I say grow, I mean every opportunity that you get as a girl, as a boy, as a human being is all about having gratitude for that experience, having resilience in that moment, taking ownership of who you are, and coming from a place of wonderment, curiosity, and seeing how you can grow from there. So let every experience in life grow you.
Wonderful. So I'm just overwhelmed with all your answers. I'm just speechless now. I just know a woman is somebody who knows what she brings it either on the table, professionally, personally. She's not somebody who can just be bogged down. She has somebody who's very beautiful inside out who can only bloom. You allow her to bloom like a flower, you nurture her to bloom like a flower, you smell her and you taste her the best she is, but allow her fragrance to pass out through the entire world. A strong woman looks at every challenge in the eye and gives it the best without even a tweak. She can take a lot of power, a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, yet she does not break the twig in her. So, with more power to this girl who emerges every day, and these three powerful women who has given us so many takeaways today from their lives and all around them. Thank you so much, Nasiba, Monalisa, and Ruqya Khan. It has been such an honor to have you on this platform and to be able to speak to you guys, and also the wonderful viewers who are here to ask you more and more questions on what their perceptions, myths, which they can be busted through you. So we would want to welcome all over to Rashi Goel, who would bring in more questions from our viewers right to your table, and you may address them. All over to you, Rashi.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raina. Thank you. That was very wonderfully done. We've got a lot of insights. But before I move to the questions of our participants, I would request all the participants to quickly put in their questions. I have actually one. I heard all the three speakers talk about their experiences being very different because of how their parents looked at them, how their parents treated them at home. And if all of you can share something for all the parents out there listening to this particular session right here, some actionable points that you would have experienced that you would like to recommend, that you maybe yourself be putting into place when you are nurturing your children around, can you please just share something? And we have been going in alphabetical. I think I'll reverse the order now. We go from Ruqya, then Nasiba, and then Monalisa. So Ruqya, if you could share something on that.
So thank you very much. When it comes to parenting, as I mentioned earlier, because of the way I was grown up, I made sure that I would have a more balanced approach to looking at things. So the one thing I've done as a mom is to ensure that communications have been clear. So whether it's conversations on those difficult topics, those that we feel we want to hide under the cover, we want to not talk about relationships, we don't want to talk about physical abuse or any such thing, sexual boundaries. I've been very open about my conversations with my children. In fact, I'm friends to their friends too. And that's only because the children feel very comfortable speaking to me. The more uncomfortable you make a topic, the more awkward it becomes. So having that sense of confidence that, yes, this is something that my child will kind of face as they grow up. If you can have that awareness and then speak to them about it, that absolutely helps them moving forward to make wiser decisions, informed decisions about various things. So don't hesitate and make it awkward for them. Come with openness so that they can come to you when they're in a weird situation and speak to you without feeling judged and feeling very, very safe. So I think this is something that I've done, is keeping communication open and telling my kids, Kibita, speak your mind and not just in your mind. Don't keep mulling over it in your head. Open up.
You talked about your communication with your children. If you could also just quickly share a short instance where it might be a little clearer for the audience on how they can open up this communication channel.
Okay, so let's look at a top. As children grow up, they get into relationships. They're very curious about boyfriends and girlfriends and whatever. So one of the conversations I had was, growing up, do you really want to understand that emotions? What are your emotions? How are you feeling about somebody? There will be a time where you feel like this friendship is a little more than the normal friendship that you might have. And the way that you have to communicate this across is understand for yourself, take a step back and understand, do I want to change the label on this friendship? And if I do change the label on this friendship, how is that going to impact the original friendship I had with this person? Because as you mature in a relationship, there are other expectations and things and evolution that happens. Just being mindful of all that and then taking a decision instead of just doing things and then becoming the laughing stock or kind of embarrassing yourself or even the other person and ruining a perfectly awesome friendship that you might have had. So just having that conversation made my children both very, very comfortable to come up to me and speak to me about anything, again, as I said, under the sun.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ruqya, for that. Nasiba, what would be your insights to parents listening to us?
Yeah, actually, I believe I'm less parents, less mother than friends. Actually, when my daughter is growing up, 7, 8 years old, that's why I practice regular practice like that. Every time I come to her and share everything, what I'm doing, what is happening with me, and I ask my husband, requested my husband, please share everyone with her. That makes the breeze. Now every night we have half an hour time to share everyone's happening in their daily life. That's a good way of a good parenting, I feel, which is elaborately giving us a scope to share everything. And by this sharing, we can make them understand what is positive, what is negative. Actually, I feel if suddenly I want to push any norms, I want to push any, a burden to my daughters. I have only one daughter. I'm very grateful for that. So I learned that you are not different, child. You are my angel, you are my boy, you are my girl. So that is the way of life, and which we shared. Your life is not different for me, and my life is not different for you. And for that reason, I have a lot. So I have not one daughters. I have a 17 years of experience of teaching, and I'm proudly saying I have 1,000 daughters and sons, and they love me like a mother. And still, they are calling me. Maybe they are a barrister, so many in profession, but they called me, Mother, we miss you. We want to share you like that. That's why that is my message. Please open the bridge, open the connection for our kids, whatever is our own child or my cousin child, anywhere. Please let them free to speak up. That is a very important, and that is a main thing. I feel that is a main base of parenting. Thank you very much, Rashi, for nice question actually.
Great. Thank you so much, Nasiba. Monalisa.
No, I think they have already said it very well. And I think in today's world, parents actually feel the need to be more of friends than parents. So that's there. But on this particular topic that we are talking today, I think what I would say is that uh, in a tender age for a girl child when she's growing up, um, and when she is not able to really understand the deeper aspects of various decisions or various things that happens around, they have very tender mind and they're not able to understand all that that's going on. And even in big cities we see a lot of things, big, as many said, given the upbringings, they will be exposed to different way their friends are raised in different families. I think it's good to have that bit of honest conversations and tell them about the power of being a girl in very nice way, and not very preachy, but in a very nice way. So that's one I will say. And also I feel that in today's world, it's so fast changing. I think the need for instilling values and principles remains even more important, because when I look back at what our parents had taught us in the tender age, that seems to remain even now. Even for some of the decisions we make, that remains even now. So even though we all are in a very modern world today, I think, and our kids are growing up in that kind of an atmosphere, I think the importance of instilling values in their tender age, in the tender age, remains very important, according to me. As much as you be a friend, but also teach them about the good principles in life.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. In case anyone in the audience has any questions, you may raise your hands and we'll unmute you. I would also, like when you were all talking about the importance of communication and how parents today are more of friends, given the examples right here with us. I also had this, saying which crossed my mind, which I think a lot of us have heard earlier, is around a boy will be, sorry, a man will be man until he gets himself a wife, but a daughter will be a daughter all her life. Yeah. And I think that's something which we are realizing now. We have with us Marco, who is the CEO of Green Den and also leads the Green Hearts Dignity Initiative. And we would like Marco to please step in and share a, a bits about, given that he works in the SDG space, give us a little of his insights, what he's gathered from the entire conversation here. Marco, if you could just unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi, Marco.
Hi. Hello. Dear friend, I happy to meet you. Thanks to Vandana for the invitation. Your face transmits a wonderful energy. Unfortunately, I do not speak the English language, but I undertake to read this short message for all of you. So let me express my humble thought that surely corresponds to your expectations. I founded a world organization called Green Earth Dignity. This organization has an extremely important social value. We can define this value as a share of a large financial company called Heart. HEC component represents a share of the prosperity as if it were a joint stock company. The member of the GID organization is called a shareholder. Well, HEC as owns a share in a wonderful company called Her. And we have to make this company work through our good interception action toward those who invest in environmental sustainability. We are here to restore the right value to people while seeking dignity in small daily economic actions. It's been a job I've been doing for 3 years now, and I'm gathering support to found a large project called Green Bank to safeguard of a beautiful planet. Okay, my time is up, and since we are talking about relationships here today, I tell you a secret. I do it for my daughter. I renew my greeting to all of you. I hug you with all my love. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marco. That was really kind of you. So do we have any audience questions now? I'll just quickly take a toll in case there's any. Okay. So before we close, there is this very famous Bollywood song which got really popularized a few months back, and we tried to put together a short video on the same. If you could just bear with us for 2 minutes and see us all dance.
मीठी मीठी सी ये मुनिया सर पे डाले है ये चुनिया क्यों, हाँ क्यों। हो सोनी सोनी सी कुड़ी नु मौज में रहने देना दुनिया क्यों, हाँ दुनिया क्यों। है कितनी शानदार कुड़ी ये कर देगी कमाल, इससे झूमने दे अपनी बीट दे, कुड़ी नु नचने दे, हाँ नचने दे, तू आज लगाने दे ठुमके, हाँ चमके, कुड़ी नु नचने दे, हाँ नचने दे, तू सारे फिक्रां नु छड्ड के, बन ठन के, कुड़ी नु नचने दे, हाँ नचने दे, तू आज लगाने दे ठुमके, हाँ चमके, कुड़ी नु नचने दे, हाँ नचने दे, तू सारे फिक्रां नु छड्ड के, बन ठन के, कुड़ी नु नचने दे।
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
so I
you.
now allowed all the participants also to unmute themselves. If any one of you would like to share their experience of being on this session today.
Totally loved it. I think it was a lovely, lovely energy and really positive. Everybody who joined in was beautiful, and kudos to all of you, the speakers, the organizers, and the viewers. I think it was beautiful to be here on this. Great energy, great positivity, and a lot of takeaways. Thank you so much for being around, and thank you for having me as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Raina. I'd like to say that a conversation is only as beautifully strung together as the string that brings it together. And you were that person who allowed us to share our words of wisdom. So thank you so much for being that, giving us that space.
Thank you, Ruqya. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I would request anybody, if you have thoughts, Johnny, we have Coach Johnny and Dr. And RK, who is also our advisory support. If you have any thoughts before we end.
I would like to share something. I was
Yes.
wondering what I'm doing in this conference, which is of being a girl child. And then I realized that there's a part of me which is a girl, and there's a part of me which is a boy, which is the yin and yang, which is the universal concept. I think that's so beautiful when I heard Monalisa, Ruqya, and Nasiba talk about their experience. Uh, I didn't see any difference from how I was growing up, you know. And I
Yes.
think what I'm going back with is the fact that we are all human beings and we have a little bit of a dominance of the yin or the yang, but we are all the same. And I think that was wonderfully reinforced thanks to this wonderful session. Thank you all for
Thank you, Johnny.
organizing this.
Thank you. Thank you, Dhoni, for joining us.
RK, if you have any last thoughts.
Well, first of all, thank you very much to Vandana Rashi for organizing this beautiful session. Very much loved it. The whole input been given by Monalisa as well as Ruqya Khan, and she's again RK Part 2. Then we have our lovely lady Nasiba Aktar, whom I always respect and regards to her. And this is the first time I'm actually listening to Monalisa and Ruqya. But otherwise, I have already listened to Nasiba Aktar in the previous sessions, on gender equality. But what a beautiful topic, being a girl. You should be proud for that. We all should be. It's not only the girls should be proud about, but then we as men, we as boys, or we as so-called gentlemen should always respect and should always feel proud about the girls and should respect. That's very important. And this starts from the house itself. It is like the upbringing. Now, what really happens in the society is that when a girl is born, then it's already decided that, okay, she has to do the homework. I mean, when I say homework, definitely the household work. So let's break that stigma. It's not only the girls to work, it's also the boys to also enjoy that household work. And that's how the gender equality, when we talk about, will be accomplished. And yes, a lot of awareness is still missing. And this is a good way of creating awareness and more such kind of programs, such kind of sessions, such kind of workshops. It should be done in the places where people, like they lack in understanding in the community, in the society. Let them understand this. Well, I don't want to compare with countries or cities or kind of thing, but I would say in general, this should be the regular practice. And that's how when this will, grow up or we develop this kind of practice, I'm sure one fine day there will be no question that why only girl has to go through the pain or to say the struggle or the troubles and all those things. Maybe that time people would say that, okay, it's good to be girl or it's good to be boy or whatever it is. We can talk about inequality with all the people in the community. And I appreciate Raina. She has done a wonderful job. The right questions, she did the wonderful homework, I would say. And she was well prepared for this. And this is good session. I guess part 2 sessions should happen with some more speakers. And I wish you all the best. I loved it. Being a part of the unicorn people, I take the pride or take the the possibilities of whatever I can do for the communities and for the society. I will definitely do that. Thank you very much, all the girls, all beautiful girls. We are very proud of us. Thank you.
Thank you, RK. And, point taken. We are going to pick up more sensitive issues. And since now I'll be working very closely with Vicky, we are going to come up with more such issues which are related to girl, which needs to be talked about. And with that, I would now request Dr. Hasneen to actually share her thoughts.
Is she there?
Dr. Hasneen, are you there? I think she's not there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she's there. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Vandana, and the Unicorn people for arranging such a wonderful session. I'm very glad that I got the opportunity to join with you. And I was just hearing all the experiences that the panelists expressing. So, and it's very common, you know, for the South Asian context, and all of we, I think, experience similar kind of experiences. So it's good that you have raised these issues, and uh, um, we all came across this kind of experiences. So we need to tell these stories in a wider communities again. So from all of our position, from all of our context, maybe we can try our best to raise the awareness, so that not only within the girls, but also within the whole community, including the boys, so that the society, the attitude, and the attitude of the society will change, and a girl can feel that she's a child, not a girl child. So yeah, best wishes for your effort, and it's lovely to join with you all.
Thank you, Dr. Hasneen. Thank you so much. And you made such a valid point. A child is a child first. When the child is born, you know, we don't know the gender of the child, but the child is precious.
Yes.
And, you know, it continues to be precious all along. So
And
with that,
every parent should be proud that they have a girl child, like
indeed,
child.
they have a child, and you know,
Yeah.
having that the entire process of you know, having that child is such a lovely journey, you know. And I believe with that there is no difference between any child. Doesn't matter with what gender the person is
Yes,
born.
gender should not be mentioned in any case.
Not at all.
Thank you all. Thank you. All the lovely people. Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody. You know, I would now request Rashi, if you can change it into gallery view. We can have a quick picture with everybody.
It is in gallery view now? Yeah.
No, it's not the grid view. It's in speaker view. Okay, let me just try. Okay, is it now?
Yes.
Okay.
For
Okay.
me, it is already there.
Okay.
I've taken a snap. Thank you everyone for joining in, and I'm so happy because I think one of our preconceived notions was that we will not be joined by a lot of male counterparts, but it gives me such a nice feeling to see this session end with our male counterparts also there on the session. I'm so glad the way it has gone. I again would like to thank all the speakers. Yes, RK.
Yeah. I want to thank Johnny sir. Johnny sir, I really would like to thank you that I see you in every session. You are a person like who actually witness every session, and you give us wonderful inputs also at the end. Lovely to have you. Marco, this was the first time you came up in our session, but then I would like to see you every time in our session. This is my humble request. And we understand you, Marco. Don't worry about it.
We understand.
So, like, we understand you. Don't see that. Okay. I saw one of the remarks you mentioned yesterday also. In one of the sessions, you said that my English is very poor. No, your English is not poor. You speak right because you speak to the point what exactly you have to speak. And I love you, Marco. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to add 2 sentences about Marco. Actually, he is a very kind, and I feel a very future forwarding look he has. The sustainable development, theoretically, everyone we know, we read it, we practice it. But if anyone in this world,
Let's start your video.
Yeah. Nasiba, I think there is a network issue.
canvas, that
Yes,
one person who works deliberately to sustain the SGD, that is Marco. Marco, my respect for you, and you did a very good job. And I'm proud that I'm a small part of your organization or your that activity. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, speakers. Thank you, Raina, and thank you, people, all Johnny, Marco, and all our audience today. It's really an honor that you actually thought of attending this. Me and Rashi, we were scared from the very first day that nobody would come for this session. Yeah, thank you so
Well,
much.
it went on well. Yeah.